This year, NCAFA is celebrating 3 individuals who have made an enduring impact on the development of football in Ottawa and the lives of thousands of youth. NCAFA wishes to congratulate longtime Nepean Eagles and formerly Redskins president and NCAFA president Stephen Dean on being inducted into the NCAFA Hall of Fame. Join us on November 1st when your Ottawa REDBLACKS play the Montreal Alouettes, and help us congratulate Steve Dean on his induction into the NCAFA Hall of Fame. Steve became involved in football as a result of his kids wanting to play sports. Initially, it was his son wanting to play tackle football. Later on, his daughter joined the girls' touch football program.
Well, like most people, I think, we had a son or a daughter that was interested in playing. My son was 9 years old, played for a club in Barrhaven, and came out and said, "Dad, I want to play football." And I joined a bunch of other fathers with kids of the same age, and that started the whole event of me being involved with football as long as I have.
Steve's love for the game certainly influenced his kids, and that dynamic has kept him involved these many years.
NCAFA is an all-volunteer organization that offers organized tackle, touch, flag, and cheer programs in our community, whereas the objectives of this organization include the promotion of health, fitness, respect, and fair play to the youth in our city, whereas the association is celebrating its 60th anniversary in 2015.
Steve cherishes so many memorable moments looking back on his time with football and NCAFA. He loved coaching, working as a club president and NCAFA league president. To sum it all up, Steve says, "What I can say is that I have met so many great people in the sport of football. Players, parents, coaches, and volunteers. All who have made my time in NCAFA very memorable."
When I first started, we had weight limits. We had age calculations based on a mid-year number, and we had an overage underweight category. All of these things were put in place for various reasons. But what we found was they started restricting the number of players from participating in the game. So one of the big issues was obviously weight limits. We took that out in early 2000s, and have never looked back. So it became a much more inclusive sport, boys and girls, and players of a certain weight or age got to play with their peers and not have to move around as much as we did in the past. So that to me was probably the most significant change I've seen. Well, it's very humbling. I think when you look back at the number of volunteers that have come through the organizations that support NCAFA, we're up to 15 clubs this year, 65 tackle teams, 2,000 players, 2,000 plus players, 400 coaches. We've got a full girls touch football program, 22 teams, another couple hundred girls. Cheerleading is growing. I think we've got about 100 cheerleaders within about 5 clubs. So it's become a league that started with 4 tackle teams, has grown into quite a bit and quite a bit more. And I think the key thing to me is how inclusive it's become. It's not just a male-dominated sport. We have girls on the tackle teams. We've got a full girls touch football program. And here we are entering 60 years, and we hope to be around for another 60.
Join us on November 1st when your Ottawa REDBLACKS play the Montreal Alouettes, and help us congratulate Steve Dean on his induction into the NCAFA Hall of Fame. We encourage everyone to head on over to Facebook and join the NCAFA Alumni Group, share pictures, and carry on the rich tradition of football in Ottawa.